Welcome back everyone, Patrick here, moving on to another question dealing with triangles. So while golfing, the maximum angle of elevation you can hit the ball at is 32 degrees. If a 25-meter high tree is 35 meters away from you, can you clear the tree? So there's two different ways to do this question. So the first one, I'm going to show you my preferred way to do it, and then I'll show you the second way as well, just to give you some more perspective on different ways you could approach these kinds of questions. Now, let's say that this is the ground here, and they're saying that the maximum angle of elevation you could hit the ball at is 32 degrees, like that. Okay, so anything above this, any angle greater than that, you can't hit the ball that high. This is the maximum height right there that you could hit the ball, or the maximum path right there. So anything lower than that is fine. Anything above that is not going to work. And so what they're saying is that, let's say that you are here, 35 meters away from you, there is a 25-meter tree. So this is 25 meters, this tree here, and then this tree is 35 meters away from you. And they're saying if you hit the ball, can you clear that tree? Can the ball go over that tree? Well, what you can do is you can solve for what angle is required for you to hit the ball at in order to clear this tree right here. And so notice that this is a right angle triangle we're working with, and we have to solve for that angle. And if this angle here that is required for you to hit the ball at, if this angle is going to be less than 32 degrees, less than that maximum you can hit the ball at, then you can clear the tree. But if this angle is going to be greater than 32 degrees, then you can't clear the tree. Right? So let's solve for this angle. Now notice from this angle here, we have the adjacent side, and then over here we have the opposite side. So opposite adjacent, we'll use the tan ratio. So basically we're going to solve for tan theta, and that's going to be the opposite over the adjacent, like that. And then we have to isolate for that angle, so we would do tan inverse, right? We're bringing this tan over, so tan inverse this side, 25 over 35. Remember, we're always using an inverse function whenever we're solving for an angle. So when you do this calculation here, what you would end up with is 35.5 degrees. And so the angle at which you have to hit the ball at in order to clear this tree, if the tree is 35 meters away from you, is 35.5 degrees. But the maximum angle that you could hit the ball at is 32 degrees. And so can you clear it? No. The answer is no, right? Because you can't hit the ball at this angle right here, because the maximum angle that you could hit it at is 32 degrees, and 32 degrees would be below this right here. Okay, so that's my preferred way to do it, is finding out what that angle is and then comparing that angle to the maximum angle at which you could hit the ball at. Now, another way to do it is, if you think about it, what you could do is, okay, we have this tree here. Let's say we have a tree, it's 35 meters away from us. Well, what we could do is we could find out what's the max height of this tree. What's the max height of this tree that can be if we're hitting the ball at our maximum angle of elevation, like that. So what we would solve for here is the maximum height of the tree that would allow us to clear that tree if we hit it at the maximum angle of elevation. And so what we could do here is we can go tan of 32 equals x over 35, like that, and then we cross multiply, so x would be 35 times tan of 32, and that's going to give us approximately 21.9 meters. And notice that this 21.9 meters, we would compare it to the height of the tree that we're given, 25 meters, and notice that this is less than that, right? So this is the maximum height of the tree, a tree that would be 35 meters away from us, that we can clear if we hit the ball at our maximum angle of elevation, and this here, this maximum, is less than the tree that we are working with or that we're given, right? And so the same conclusion would happen. No, we can't clear the tree. So in my opinion, this way here, it's a little bit less intuitive to do it that way, but it is definitely a way you can do it. Personally, I prefer to do it this first way here, is solve for the angle at which we'd have to hit the ball at in order to clear this tree that we're given, and then compare that angle to our maximum angle of elevation.